Hi, I'm Adam DeSanctis. Welcome to MBA Asks the Expert, a series where we discuss a timely and important issue with a mortgage industry leader. Today, I'm here with Kat Loveland, SVP and GM of Volly, to discuss the ways Volly is helping lenders reduce costs, create efficiencies, and build deeper loyalty with their borrower customers. Kat, it's great to talk to you today. Let's dive in.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having me, Adam. I really appreciate it.
So question number one here, the Homebuyers Privacy Protection Act, commonly referred to as the Trigger Leads law that passed last year, is now top of mind across the industry as it officially took effect in early March. From your perspective as fintech marketing experts, how are you thinking about the new landscape?
Great question, Adam. At Volly, we work with a third of the top 30 lenders. So we see this shift unfolding in real time. In the past, Trigger Leads solved a timing problem, right? They identified borrowers at the peak of urgency, which created a fast, reactive, volume-driven marketing environment where borrowers were inundated with emails, texts, phone calls. What the Home Buyer Privacy Protection Act fundamentally changes that, right? Now lenders can only access the data if they have an existing relationship. The loan is originated by them, they service it, or they have a specific banking relationship. On the surface, what we're hearing is it looks like it favors depositories and servicers, and they have the loans. But more importantly, it favors professionals who have really invested in trust and consistency and long-term relationships. So the borrower is coming to them in the time of the need rather than the internet. Gone are the days of, I've never heard of you, and then all of a sudden, you're emailing me and calling me when my stress is already high. So this isn't just a regulatory shift, Adam. What we're talking about is a fundamental change in how trust is earned and business is generated.
Yeah, that's a great breakdown of things. Of course, MBA played a leading advocacy role in getting that Trigger Leads bill introduced and then passed through each chamber last year and now into law here in March. So explain for me how this changes the marketing environment for loan officers and how does Volly help lenders pivot?
Yeah, great question. This changed the environment dramatically. Loan officers can no longer rely on reactive outreach. They have to know their audience and they have to own their audience. What this means is consistent, credible engagement across channels, not just with borrowers, but with realtors and other true centers of influence. At Volly, we help lenders succeed with this in 4 strategic ways. First, we use advanced analytics to identify borrowers who are in the money or showing readiness signals within the CRM. Second, we automate dynamic, personalized campaigns that deliver the right message at the right time without any work needed from the loan officer. Third, we implement long-term multi-touch strategies, think 3 to 5 years, to keep the loan officer and that brand in front of the borrower. And fourth, we help lenders identify and deepen relationships with real COI partners and equip both sides with seamless co-branded marketing tools. The common thread to this, Adam, really is strong brand position, intentional relationship building, and proactive engagement.
Proactive engagement, intentional relationship building, I like that. So what do lenders need to do today?
I think the first thing they need to do is fully understand the breadth and the depth of their book of business. Think beyond just mortgage relationships. Then they need to activate it. Email, direct mail, calls, executed at scale to consistently deepen those relationships. They also need to use a CRM intelligence to quantify which COI partners are truly driving business, which ones are just noise, and invest intentionally in the ones that matter. Now, the most successful loan officers, Adam, aren't looking to replace Trigger Leads. They're mastering the fundamentals, and the top 10% are already doing this today. They build trust early, they communicate clearly, they respond strategically. They're doing all those things that we just talked about, and that's why they're already at the top 10%. They're using automation to remove manual friction so they can focus on what actually drives growth, which is those relationships.
I totally agree there. Building that relationship with the borrower is so important. Now let's take a step back. Volly is just one part of a larger strategy. How is WFG Enterprise Solutions helping lenders reduce costs, create those efficiencies, and build deeper loyalty, not just with borrowers, but also with realtor partners?
Yeah, no, great question. At WFG Enterprise Solutions, we recognize that marketing alone does not solve a lender's challenges. You can generate leads, you can build trust, but if in the valuation and title and closing process introduce friction or loses efficiency or margin potentially customer relationships, that's a problem. So that's why we've unified WFG Lender Services for title and closing, Value Trust for valuation, and Volly for marketing automation into a single coordinated ecosystem. We apply practical AI, as everyone's talking about these days, an intelligent process to remove waste, fewer touches, reduce draws, faster decisions. Our North Star, Adam, is simple. Take time and cost out of every step of the mortgage lifecycle. This lowers operational costs for lenders, reduces fees and stress for borrowers, and ultimately creates a better experience, which drives loyalty, which brings the borrowers back, and helps with those deep realtor connections that we talked about earlier.
Absolutely, 100%. Couldn't agree more there. Kat, you have really given our audience a lot to think about today. This has been a fantastic conversation. Thank you for joining us today on MBA Asks the Expert.
Thanks so much for having me. Have a great day.